What's going on, guys? It's How. Welcome back. And today we're going to be going over Christine Kryla in White Knight Noel 7-star forms. I think they're all very, very good. Very, very strong. But they're not like too overpowered or anything, guys. So let's talk about Christine Kryla and White Knight Noel. We're going to be touching on, as we do with all newly 7-star awakened characters, the new parts of their kit and only going over their old parts if it has something to do with the new kit. So starting with Christine real quick. The super team right here is the Winter Child. I think it's very, 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 very strong. It's materia, gives you 50% magic, and then gives you 30% magic when dual wielding, and then gives you 30% ice resistance. So it gives you that flat 50% magic, super awesome. Now the 30% dual wield magic is very nice because most mages have 50% dual wield magic in their kit natively, so it's going to bump you from that 50 to 80%. You're 20% away from the cap. Super awesome. I don't think you should chase for it, but if you do happen to have it, you should be very happy that you do indeed have it. Now, as we scroll down here, let's go over her new kit here. So at 7-star 105, she gets dual cast. Dual cast. 105 here. She also gets Snow Surge, 6-turn cooldown available on turn 1, increases magic by 150% for 3 turns to the caster, and then enables Multi-Frost for 2 turns to the caster as well. 110, she learns Frosty Touch, adds Ice Element to physical attacks for 3 turns to 1 ally. So not only can she do that with her Limit Burst, but she just has a skill to do it whenever you want her to do it. Eternal Winter at 110 as well. 6-turn cooldown available on turn 1, increases your Limit Burst gauge by 30, and then decreases Ice Resistance by 100% for 3 turns to all enemies. It's going to be a very strong skill because you're going to want to get her Limit Burst up. You're going to want that 100% Ice Imperil. Let's scroll down here to her passives. Snow Bear's Protection. Her Trust ability, 20% defense, HP, and spirit, 20% physical dodge, and upgrades the Limit Burst. So we'll have to see what that upgraded Limit Burst is. Chances are it's going to be pretty strong though. Icy Powers, 30% magic, and 1.0 modifier increase to absolute 0 in Snow Burial, 20% magic passive, and then Blessed Child gives you 20% HP and spirit, and then increases your magic by 50% when single wielding or dual wielding weapons. So there's that 50% true dual wield magic right there. Combine that with their super team right at 80% already. All right, so let's get in here. Snow Burial is her Chaos Wave Awaken, the old skill, right? 3.5 multiplier with more 50% spirit. With that new 1.0 multiplier increase, it's gonna be a 4.5 multiplier, so a 9.0 multiplier there. Snow Bear's Fury, 100% ice resistance, super awesome there. And then Multi-Frost is gonna allow you to use Frost Nova, Ice Shards, Glacial Storm, Absolute Zero, or Snow Burial 4 times in a single turn. Very strong. She does learn Freeze and Blizzaja at 105, all right? Keep that in mind. Nothing super insane that you can, but it's something that you can do with Freeze and Blizzaja. Now, Snow Bear Rampage upgraded. Maxed out, Ice Magic damage, 12.9 multiplier to all enemies. Adds Ice Element to physical attacks for 2 turns to all allies. And then the upgraded effect allows you to use Multi-Frost for 2 turns. So very similar to like Trance-ish Terra. She didn't really gain a lot of magic stats, and she didn't really gain a lot of magic multipliers to her skills. She gained that 1.0 multiplier. Now, keep in mind, though, that she is going to be getting enhancements. And so once she gets enhancements next week, we can go over her again. I think that she's getting like a 2.0 multiplier enhancement on top of what she's getting now to Absolute Zero and Snow Burial. So she's gonna be probably around like a 12.0 multiplier Snow Burial chainer. So it's gonna be pretty strong there. Now, the next one here, Kryla. They've done some work on Kryla, and she's, I'm happy to report, very good, very good. So Kryla's Veil, her super team art's a hat, 35 defense, 84 spirit, and then fire, ice, light, and dark resistance plus 20%. So it's kind of like a fine hat. It's a fine hat. You can buy it at your local Walmart probably. You know, pretty cool. No, it's not. You can't find hats like that at Walmart. Come on. Her 7-star skill here is Calamity Brew, 6-turn cooldown available on turn 1. Attack, defense, magic, and spirit break 70% for 3 turns to all enemies. Increase your limit burst gauge by 13. So 3-turn attack, defense, magic, and spirit break. Meta breaker. So she's a meta breaker. If you want to use Kryla, meta breaker, put her in your party for that reason. She's good to go. Her next skill is Impending Doom. Decrease resistance to all elements by 60% for 3 turns to 1 enemy, and then unlock Eye of Doom for 3 turns as well. So it's gonna be super awesome there. We'll get to Eye of Doom in a minute. Dark Covenant decreases attack, defense, magic, and spirit 100% for 5 turns to yourself. to yourself, and then you inflict blind, sleep, silence, paralyze, confuse, and petrify to yourself. And it increases your limit burst gauge by 13. All right, so obviously you saw that the other one, the full break, gave you 13 limit burst. If you really want the other 13, you can use Dark Covenant to break yourself, paralyze, sleep, blind yourself, get that other 13. What's so important about that, we'll have to see in the future. And take in note that the blind, sleep, paralyze, confusion, petrify thing, not really that big of a deal. Because you can make yourself immune to those things, so it won't actually make you paralyzed and petrified. Dark Anathema, 6-turn cooldown available on turn 1. Increase your spirit by 170% for 5 turns to the caster. Remove attack, defense, magic, and spirit breaks. Enable skills for 6 turns to the caster. Jinx, anti-defense pot. Jinx, anti-offense pot. And enable skill for 4 turns to the caster, which is Witchcraft Plus. All right, and this also costs MP. Now, we'll keep in mind anti-defense pot and anti-offense pot, okay? And Witchcraft Plus. Now, some passive she gets here: Forbidden Magic, her trust ability, 30% MP and Spirit, and then it makes her immune to Sleep, Paralyze, Confuse, and Petrify. Super awesome there. And then auto-cast Forbidden Magic at the start of the battle. Archaic Powers, 30% Spirit, a 1.0 modifier increase to Jinx, Psycho Seismic Brew, Emperor Frost Brew, and Geyser Shock Brew. 20% defense passive, and then Winter Witch gives you 20% HP and MP, and then auto-casts Winter Witch at the start of the battle. So let's go look at all of her unlocked skills now that she has. All right, Wicked Eye is the old limit burst skill. Forbidden Magic is the attack, defense, magic, and spirit break resistance. Eye of Doom is the new one that we've gotten, right? We had to unlock Eye of Doom. Eye of Doom is very similar to the Wicked Eye, Cursed Eye thing, except Eye of Doom is 150,000 fixed damage per negative effect per turn. Now, a quick refresher. Negative effect does not necessarily mean disease, status effects. It means everything. Imperils, breaks, status effects, whatever. So she has 60% imperil to all elements, and she's got the full break now. So that's on its own. That's 8 plus 4. That's 12. Plus, I think Eye of Doom counts itself for 13. So you can do just under like 2 million fixed damage per turn with Kryla. If you don't have a lot of gear, there's gonna be a lot of damage for you to do a lot of old trials and catch back up on while using a meta breaker. So Eye of Doom, it's pretty fair. It's not gonna be like, it's not the greatest thing in the world because you can hit for much more, than 2 million a turn. But it's nothing to shake a stick at, as they say. Anti-offense pot. Decrease attack and magic by 74% for 3 turns to all enemies. Anti-defense pot is 74% defense and spirit break for 3 turns to all enemies. Now, do note that these each cost 13 limit burst crystals to use. That's why 2 of her skills gave you 13 limit burst crystals. All right, so anti-offense pot, anti-defense pot. Witchcraft Plus allows you to use Kryla skills twice in one turn, except for Calamity Brew, Impending Doom, and Dark Anathema. So outside of those 3 skills, Witchcraft Plus will allow you to dual cast all of her skills, every single one of them. So Calamity Brew, Impending Doom, and Dark Anathema, for a quick refresher. The ones you can't do, her cooldown skill, and her other cooldown skill. So the only thing you cannot cast are her 3 cooldown skills. You can cast Dark Covenant 2 times though in 1 turn. So if you want to get that 26 limit burst crystals, you just good to go. All right, so you could start turn 1 Calamity Brew, turn 2 go in and use Dark Anathema, right? And then Dark Covenant and anti-attack pot into something else, right? So you should be good to go there. She seems really fun to use, honestly. Winter Witch gives you 120% spirit buff, and then Cursed Eye is 50,000 damage per negative effect for 3 turns all enemies. And that's going to be activated by her 7-star form of Mambo Hodgepodge, which is her limit burst. So 6-star form gave you Wicked Eye. The 7-star form will give you Cursed Eye. A maxed out level limit burst here will be a 14.9 spirit modifier as damage with 5 random status effects and 89% chance for stop, and give you Cursed Eye. If you leave it at level 1, which you rightfully probably should here because the status elements don't really matter, 65%, stop 60% doesn't really matter in PvE either, and the magic damage goes down to a 12.0 modifier instead of a 14.9 modifier. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, and her limit burst does cost 26 limit burst crystals, which conveniently is twice the cost of either an anti-defense pot or an anti-offense pot. So Kryla's looking very, very strong. If you want to use her, you now have every excuse in the world to use her. She's a meta breaker, does a little bit of damage. She's got all the imperils. So she's a very, very, very good support this day and age for us to be using her in the nice winter festival and beyond that as well, and beyond that. Now, next up is gonna be White Knight Noel, and boy, did he get some new stuff, a little bit of love, So Noel's legacy here, oh god, this is gonna be a mouthful, guys. All right, increase your magic by 40%, spirit by 20%, HP by 10%. Then gives you 20% more magic if equipped with a rod, 40% spirit if you have a light shield or a heavy shield. So 40% magic, 20% spirit, 10% HP, and then either you can go up to 60% magic if you want, or you can go up to 60% spirit due to whatever you want. Or you can do both. You can wear a rod, have 60% magic, and a light or heavy shield, and have 60% spirit and 10% HP. So Noel's legacy is going to be very, very nice for White Knight Noel. If you see what I'm putting up, 60% magic, 60% spirit, 10% HP, all in one materia slot. Very, very nice super team R for our boy White Knight Noel. Outside of White Knight Noel, though, I don't really see it getting used that much. You'd want to have, I don't know, maybe like Lilith? No, you don't need that on Lilith, because no, all those tanks deal damage. Barrel maybe. Yeah, Barrel. I think Barrel would use it. White Knight Noel and Barrel, the combo, the dream combo made in heaven. All right. So level 101, he finally got it, team. I'll protect you. Chance protect all allies from magic damage, 80% chance with damage mitigation of 50 to 70%. First 3 turns to caster. White Knight Noel's finally done it. He's finally gotten a cover, and it's magic cover. So we did it, boys. We did it. Power mode, dual cast magic. Not even black magic, just dual cast magic, all right? 105, he gets Blizzard Ward. 4-turn cooldown available on turn 1. Increase ice and wind resistance by 75% for 3 turns to all allies. Mitigate damage taken by 75% for 1 turn to the caster. Very, very strong skill with a nice bit of utility there as well. So very strong. Overdrive, activate. 5-turn cooldown available on turn 1. Increase your magic by 200% for 4 turns to the caster. Recover 10,000 HP, 300 MP, and then give you turbo mode. All right, Optimus Prime, for 4 turns to the caster as well. 7-star skills, he gets the ultimate defense, its trustability. Increase magic, HP, and MP by 20%. Increased wind resistance by 50%. Auto cast ultimate defense at the start of the battle. War tactics, 20% magic when equipped with a hat, 20% defense when equipped with a helm. Shield proficiency, defense spirit and HP plus 20% when equipped with either a light or heavy shield. Mystic arms proficiency, recover 10% MP per turn. Enable dual wielding of one-handed staves, rods, and maces. Increases magic of equipped sources by 50% when dual wielding. So it gets true dual wield magic. Strategic arms gives you 30% magic and 10% spirit and MP equipped with a rod, 30% spirit and 10% HP and MP equipped with a staff, 30% HP and 10% defensive spirit equipped with a mace. All right, guys, so he's got a lot of different like weapon mastery passives, our boy White Knight Noel. Spirit plus 20% and Noel's Honor increases your defense and magic by 20%, chance to ignore fatal damage, 80% success rate when your HP is above 5%. So very awesome to have that there as well. And then he also gains access to Blizzaja, Tornado, Eroja, and Freeze in his kit here. Now, Turbo Mode is an unlocked skill, and it gives him triple cast magic. Ultimate defense makes him 100% immune to charm. And then his limit burst has been vastly upgraded, guys. I love it now. Silver Curtain, base form, defense and spirit, and magic buff by 120% for 3 turns to all allies. Restore 25% MP to all allies. If you max it out, it is 150 defense, magic, and spirit buff. 150% for 3 turns to all allies, and restore 40% MP to all allies. Super insane skill. 36 limit burst crystals. It's a little expensive, but it's not like super expensive. I got 54 costed skill. I love what they did with White Knight Noel. He's insane. You can make him tanky. You can make him a magic damage dealer. You can make him both. He can chain finish. He can help you out with the freeze Blizzaja chains. You can chain Blizzaja triple cast. He can tornado or Eroja. He can do whatever he wants to. He's got the AoE magic cover. to go in and proc all of his counters that you can enhance. You know, we have, what is it, Winter Palisade down here. The multipliers on them aren't super high. Sub-Zero +2 5.0 multiplier with 75% ice resistance down. Pretty cool, you know, to mess around with that kind of stuff. Because remember, his counters only proc off of magic damage done to him, but now he's got magic cover, so he's just to be soaking up all those AoE magic hits and to be countering off over and over and over our big boy White Knight Noel. And White Knight Noel is extremely tanky because not only does he have damage reduction from cover now, with I'll protect you. This is cover mitigation. He also has this skill right here, right? Mitigate damage taken, 75% for 1 turn. This is all damage taken in the game. Physical and magical damage taken in the game. Gone. Most characters who have an AoE cover, like Awaken Rain or Wilhelm, they'll have a skill that's like mitigate 90% physical damage taken or mitigate 90% magic damage taken. Blizzard Ward is all damage taken. And then on top of that, bringing on his Provoke, if you are going to use him for a Provoker, his Provoke, unlike most characters' Provokes, who is 50% all damage taken reduced, bringing on is mitigate physical and mitigate magic damage taken. So he's got the physical and magic damage mitigation, cover mitigation, and all damage mitigation, all just in his kit. He's gonna be extremely tanky. He's got a bunch of HP defense and spirit passive, so he's gonna be able to do whatever you want him to do outside of AoE physical cover, unless you have losers in the Nicole. So White Knight Noel, he's pretty powerful. I like him a lot. If you've been wanting to use him, now is your perfect chance to use him. You can chain a little bit with his Eroja and not Eroja, with Tornado and Freeze. He can counter tank. He can do a bunch of stuff. He's got that nice MP regeneration. Does his best Chow impersonation. 150% defense and spirit buff too. Super awesome skills. White Knight Noel and Kryla, definitely the ones that I'm looking at myself. I'd love to see what Christine's enhancements are, to see how much more damage she'll be able to do after her enhancements. But that's going to be it for this, guys. If you're excited for White Knight Noel, Kryla, or Christine, you know, I've been wanting to use them for the last year or so and looking forward to their 7-star forms. Let me know what you think about them down below. My personal favorite is probably White Knight Noel, followed by Kryla. Poor little Snow Bear Christine's out there lost in the woods doing something. I don't know what she's doing. But if you want to see more stuff like this, guys, go ahead and hit that sub button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.